Until now. Stay tuned for the 1933 Astoria Dancing Girls video.
Doctors could see inside your body.
And the Quarter Plus Ingredient X.
London. Tonight's program of light entertainment includes a very funny chap named Arthur Askey and some splendid dancing girls. So why not invite the whole family to curl up around the fireside?
To be able to restore the pictures, it was like a ghost floating in space. Gosh, these really are the first recordings. These are the first recordings of television.
Now, the pictures Don McLean reclaimed will be on display at the Bradford Museum of Film, Photography and Television from next month. And the glorious history and fascinating future of television will be the subject of a special edition of Horizon at 8:10 this Saturday on BBC Two.
General congratulated himself upon having refuted life's treasures, and unless people hear every point of view, we cannot be sure that it will be retained by our people. End of speech. Recording by Rhonda Fetterman.
Enclosed to make room for additional apparatus. The southeast.
Direct television from the studios at the Alexander Palace. And now I'm going to see and hear someone you know well.
This is BBC Television. 9 o'clock.
In 1939, for the first time, two separate outside broadcast units covered the King and Queen's return from a royal tour of Canada. At last, television was beginning to challenge the supremacy of the cinema newsreels. But the days of television were numbered. The service was suspended for the duration.
The purpose of this film is to give a brief survey of the kind of programs which have been and are being transmitted by the BBC television service.
and foreign correspondent Raymond Graham Swing. This is another of his programs known as World Events, on which Mr. Swing gives his interpretation of international affairs. Raymond Graham Swing. Good evening. This
Wonderful, wonderful, marvelous. I think I keep you now.
Since the Treaty of Versailles was signed in 1919, and in Grasse, Hitler himself drives into the city. This is the hour of his triumph, the hour when his dream of annexing Austria is realized. Whether that realization will become a calamity or not depends.
A service that links the world by radio.
Above, it might help them target their bombs. So
Inspection, and our cameramen are invited too. Inside the soundproof walls, they see how specially recorded music can be used to accompany studio programs. And this is the famous chapel.
Navy, in addition to blockading what is left of the German fleet, we shall not molest them in any way.
Originally launching in 1936 as the leading broadcasting service, with limited options to choose from, the corporation's name would quickly become well known to the British public.
In our opinion, it is not suitable for children or for those of you who may have a nervous disposition. We'd like to say that in our opinion, it is not suitable for children or for those of you who may have a nervous disposition.
This is BBC Television.
This is BBC Television.
This is BBC One.
The next program now on BBC Two is The Virginian. This is BBC One.
This is BBC One.
Hello again, good evening to you from David Allen. In just over a minute, the third programme in our series, Man at Work.
Strong language and scenes of a sexual nature now on BBC Two Wales in the concluding part of 80s drama, Money. I'm John Sally.
make sure you're watching the live and kicking Millennium Special tomorrow morning. There's Britney Spears and S Club 7 and A1 as well.
There's loads of guests there. And join us on Sunday for a very special CBBC day, because you're going to CBBC Towers. Want to know more? Have to tune in then. But we're all off now, aren't we?
We are. Happy New Year. Bye.
In the year 2000 may be an excuse for a good party, but for Christians, through the ages, the millennium was a word laced with horror and foreboding.
Double trouble. Of Belfast never thought they'd see.
That was all this week for this instalment of the Identity.
Here's us together at the start of Christmas Day. Technically, though it is still the wee hours, so let's kick back and enjoy a festive film whilst keeping an ear open for reindeer hooves. Lost at Christmas.
This is the BBC. We now remember the life of His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh. Welcome to BBC One. It's Family Film Time, celebrating 100 years of the BBC with a classic double act. Grab the popcorn, maybe even a pumpkin, for a Sunday afternoon spooktacular. And need our help? Why not apply online at bbc.co.uk/be on a show. For Eurovision, listen.
Number box only on CBBS.